Hello gamers and welcome back into Timberborn. We are on episode 10 of our Iron Teeth playthrough on hard on the experimental branch, update 1.0, and we are in the middle of a drought. I have one major project for us today, and that is going to be to get this aquifer going. But before we get there, let's make sure that we are getting our metal income going, which is good. Get this metal, get this another scavenger flag in here, and double check our industry. Planks is good. We are maxed out on gears. Let's get these guys paused. Let's get our metal smelters going again because we've got a lot of tubeways to do. And awesome. That is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and unpause this aquifer before we forget. We've got the power to spare on it right now. Once the wet season hits, we're not quite going to get there. So we're going to need to remember once the wet season hits to come and turn on some engines. Hopefully we don't forget to do that. But I want to talk a little bit about this aquifer. So I went on a test map and was checking this out. And apparently this aquifer drill costs 400 horsepower versus the ancient one that only costs 200, which is one bummer. The other bummer is, even though this is supposedly a 1 CMS source of water, when you put the aquifer on it and power it, it only produces 0.5 CMS. So you have to spend more power and you get less water from the Beaver Science aquifer drill versus the ancient ones. So that feels pretty bad. I don't love that. I hope the devs will rethink that one, because spending double the power for half the water versus this aquifer feels not great. I would like it if they didn't nerf this, but buffed this to at least give the same amount of water for the doubled power expenditure. But yeah, we'll just deal with having a half-strength aquifer for now. It is what it is. So, doing that math, let's talk a little bit about the water simulation in this game. The water simulation runs at half speed. So even though it says 1 CMS for a source like this, since the water simulation runs at half speed, it takes 2 seconds to fill up a block of water. A block of water is 1 cubic meter of water. So even though this is producing 1 CMS, since the simulation runs at half speed, it takes 2 seconds to fill a block of water. So to simplify that, let's normally, there are 460 seconds in a Timberborn day. So let's just say 230 for the water. There's essentially only 230 seconds. That's not quite right, but you know what I mean. So we're only able to get from a 1 strength water source 230 blocks of water per day. A half-strength water source is only going to give us 115 blocks of water a day. And in a short wet season, the wet seasons on hard can range from 5 days to 8 days. On a 5-day wet season, which is our minimum, that'll only give us 575 blocks of water. There are 5 units of water per block. So this has 300 units of water in it. Per block of water in the world, there are 5 units of water. So that means over a minimum wet season, this aquifer, which produces at 0.5 CMS, will only give us will give us approximately 2,875 units of water. And at 2.5 water per day per beaver, for a 30-day drought, this aquifer will only sustain about 38 beavers if we are able to pump every last drop with no evaporation, which is unrealistic. So realistically, maybe around 30 beavers if we have a ton of pumping going on and reduce the evaporation as much as possible. That feels pretty bad. Only getting enough water for 30 beavers off of, you'll see this is going to be a really big project to get this going. So I don't love that. We'll just say I don't love that. Anyway, we're gonna do this because it is close to our base and a source of water, which is our scarcest resource. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do it. There's an argument to go and do this one, and we will get there eventually. It's just, this is close enough to our base that it makes sense to get this going. You know, maybe on easy, these numbers make sense, or normal, these numbers make sense, but man, for hard, I think this needs to be a little bit stronger for as much effort as we're gonna go in. So, I did a bunch of math to figure out on our max season how big this tank needs to be to grab all of the water that comes from that. And we are gonna have this tank 6 tiles deep, which, since it's actually on the 6th level right here, we should be able to get 6 tiles of depth. I believe we can get 6 tiles of depth by dynamiting this down. And I think dynamiting this down is going to be more economical for us than building it up, because if we build it up, then we have to put a wall around the aquifer. We can't get all the water out without pumps and everything. So we'll use gravity and we'll go down for our big water tank here. Okay. And I want to do 6 tiles depth because this deep water pump has a maximum depth of, you guessed it, 6 tiles. All right. So how are we going to get this set up? I am going to go ahead and unlock this aquifer drill and slot it in here, but pause it. We don't really want to build this until we are ready to go, because if we build this, then bad water will start coming from here during a bad tide, which we don't want. Speaking of bad water, do we have any bad water income for our dynamite? We're gonna need dynamite. So let's get our bad water going again, and at least 1 dynamite factory online. All right. We'll probably need a bunch of extract too. So let's get our centrifuge going as well. Okay. So, man. So what I'm thinking is put some levees around this. We'll have our sluice exit right here. Yeah. And then we'll need an exit for bad water as well, which I want to put right here. Now we also need to get power into this. And there's a cool trick that I thought of for getting the power in here in an aesthetically pleasing way, which is going to require us to... I think I want triple dynamite here. Yeah. Triple dynamite there. And then if I come down to our tunnels, I'm gonna link it up with our industry. We'll go from this direction, that'll be easier. So I want to grab the power from the back of this lumber mill right here. We'll go through. And now that we've got that in, we'll see that lines up really well with that triple dynamite. And we will just link these up. This one does not need to be a triple dynamite. This one, yeah? Yeah, that one can be a triple dynamite. It doesn't need to be a tunnel. We'll put that there. Get some stairs to get up right here. Cool. So we're gonna link in the power using an impermeable floor on top of a vertical power shaft. And once they get some of the stuff in, I'll show you how that works. We are gonna need to get them over there. So let's do that. Go here and here. Okay. And we want some piles here. Let's put the piles like here. Don't need many planks here, but we definitely want logs. And we're gonna want dynamite and extract. So, medium warehouse for dynamite. Small warehouse might be fine as well. Probably would be. That's okay. We'll just do medium. But we'll just do a small pit tank. The medium tanks are a little bit expensive to place for a temporary thing. Prioritize. By haulers, and we'll make these a higher priority. Okay, so I was designing this reservoir to be able to accommodate a full 8-day wet season. Our max wet season is 8 days, and our water source here, our aquifer, will produce 920 blocks of water over an 8-day wet season. So in order to capture all of that water, essentially I want to do a 12 by 14 water tank. So let's take a look at what that will look like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 would be here, I believe. So if we go, what if we do something a little different? What does it look like if we go from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 would be to there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's get rid of that small tank and replace it. There should be fine. Let's just double count this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this will be our outer wall. I'm not going to complete it yet because we want to be able to get in here to do this other building. Okay. Then bring the bad water out this way to link up with this channel, which will take it away. Okay, so now this is our outer wall, which means we need levees along here, and we want to go 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So to this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, and then we'll just put 1 dam in, just in case our math is wrong. Okay, and since this is at level 6, this is at level 6, it should just take 2 dynamites, 2 triple dynamites to get down to the bottom here. But, but we'll put some single dynamites along here to get us down to the same level. Cool. And instead of the stairs there, let's go ahead and future-proof this a little bit. Put the stairs right here. All right, let's get this sped back up. And since the only other project that we have for them is doing the Tubeway network, we will kind of just leave them. There's one small project actually, is I don't have a tooth grindstone near these guys, so they got to go all the way over Tarnation to get a grindstone. So we'll give them something a little closer. And just slap one right there for now. And yeah, I'm not super happy with this tree farm anymore. It's going to be drying out quite a lot. Thinking about just starting to forget about it, decommission this forester, bring this down to just 1 lumberjack, and start phasing this tree farm out while adding another lumberjack over here. Because we're not taking advantage of these trees as much as we could be. Cool. So they are getting all this done. Need to get up here to place all this dynamite. Okay, just double count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, what did I did something wrong here, huh? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did. Oh, right. I was going to dynamite this. Ugh. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, we're dynamiting that one. And this is our outer wall. That actually saves us a lot of resources in the long run. Okay. Glad I double counted. Okay, let's double count the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 12 by 14. On my notes, should be fine. 12 by 14 by 5.6. Because of this, comes into around 940. We calculated our max flow, our max, what do I call it? The max extraction on this is going to be 920 over an 8-day wet season. So I believe doing this, putting an impermeable floor over it, and then putting in a power shaft should work. to make sure this is sealed. So that's pretty cool. And we can start looking at how we're going to take this bad water out of here. Something like that. Some single dynamite all through here. Continue that with tunnel through here. Boom. And then we can just kind of forget about it over here. Just let it go. But instead we will do this. Just make it a little less dangerous over here in the future. Okay, that'll get us our bad water out. Correct? Yeah? No. No, that's not quite right. The tunnel's supposed to be here. I have it one lower, which would actually be fine. But if I'm going to bring it one lower, I might as well bring it two lower, and we can get rid of these levees and just put dynamite in. Okay, so we want to go down yet again. Boom, boom, boom. And then we get down. Oh, I deleted it up. Go tunnel there. One more level down. And then another level down right here. Something like a stepped extraction. Seems good. Won't place that one quite yet, because this gets full of bad water during a wet season, so don't want that backflow. But I can't get over to that side. So let's give them a path. And can they get to this? Yeah, they can. Should be able to build all this. Cool. All right. Well, they should be able to also build this from this corner once they put all this stuff in. How are we doing on the power on the other side? We can get started here. Detonate that. And what was this one just for show here? I think it was. We can get rid of that. And we need stairs here now. Because they should have been able to get the rest of this. Yeah, cool. They have not. They also, if they could do the dynamite, they should also be able to do the power shot through the corner, right? Oh, right. Yeah, get rid of that. Vertical. And I think they can cheekily build this through the corner. If not, we're gonna have to like do some other stuff. But it says they can get there. So assuming they can get there, they can also get the tile below it. And just need to follow up with paths as we remember to. And we are stuck. Congratulations. You are the stuck beaver. And we can dynamite this. Excellent. And do we go ahead and start laying our dynamite in this area? Why not? They are doing a weird route to get to here. Let's give them a more direct path. And first round of triple dynamite is on me. Okay. All this needs to be triples. And will we wait on... Yeah, this is fine, right? Goes through here, then goes down. So we want to get rid of both of these platforms. And they'll just be able to come here. Staircase down. Should be able to put that in unless I have forgotten to delete something. Yeah, it looks like that connects. Okay. Awesome. Sweet. Whoa, what happened? Okay, can I put this in without another beaver trapping themselves? We will find out. Not really, because they're going to want to come in here and build this sluice. So, pause that for now. Still need this path to finish everything. You could give them another path. This is fine. This works. How are we doing down here on our tunnel? It's gonna be a pain to build all these power shafts, man. Wish there was a better way to do it. But I think it'll look cool for the long term, so we'll just let them do it that way. Alright, 1.5 days left on our drought. We are out of water. It probably makes sense to get these guys paused for a day. Yeah, we've got enough jobs for them, so let them do some hauling for a day. And our tube network is coming along very nicely here. That's great. It'll be... I also want to link this up here and put another tubeway under the aqueduct. I think that'd be really cool. So let's go ahead and put that in because we're just waiting for them to build anyway. I think I can get a two-way through here. Let's find out. Yeah, awesome. Cool, two-way running under the aqueduct. Very cool, very cool. And... alright, I was thinking about coming up, joining up with this one. So if we did a overhang right here... yeah. Overhang right there. And then we'll need... How was I gonna do this? I had a good plan. Okay, these guys need to be unpaused again as soon as the water starts going. We need to make sure our power is working here, working for us. That it's we really just want to make sure that this is getting 200 horsepower constantly. So overproducing a little bit of power here seems to make sense. I guess we can pause one because it looks like we're only jumping up to around 3,600 from time to time. Yeah, I think that is okay. Okay, I had a cool plan to do this, and now I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it's not gonna quite work out because I need a little bit more guess I could do something. Don't want it to be too ugly and weird. You come to here. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it with. So it's a 7, so we can like a 4 and a 3. Do the 4 right there. And is that right? It's kind of hard to tell on these things. That's the same level. We want it 1 lower. I'm not sure if I'm going to be happy with this, to be honest. We do the 3. Oh no, 4 and 4. Okay, that's not quite as ugly. Cool. Yeah, we got a little bridge over our tree farm for the tubeway. Do vertical and more verticals here. Link up the tubeway to the aqueduct so that they can get here to here nice and quick. Doesn't look too bad. Kind of bad. Not too bad. Alright. We're good with that for now. Let's get this built. Gotta prioritize these because they take metal blocks, and all of our metal block production is currently going to the tubeways. And I think we should prioritize this to make sure we're getting metal blocks over here. Okay, again, we're nice and full here. Another, hey, we got a bad tide. We got a bad tide. Awesome. And now I want the power wheels in here. Water wheels, dang it. I think focusing on this because, all right, if we put water wheels in here, they will only get, because this produces half a CMS, they'll only get 60. So this is 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360, 420, right? Yeah, 480 horsepower, which doesn't offset this. I was hoping that I can make this self-powered, and I can if I put even more water wheels in. Let's go ahead and do it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see this going for the bad tide. Gotta be able to link the power in too. We'll just do that a bit at a time, unfortunately. They're getting to it with this. We are probably not producing enough extract. Let's get another beaver in there. How we doing? We are kind of producing enough bad water, it seems. But let's prioritize that one. Make sure they're getting their bad water over here. And it kind of makes sense to actually put this explosives factory on because it's closer to the bad water source. And do we actually get both of them going? Kind of makes sense to get both of them going. Oh, this is also bad water. Let's prioritize that one as well. And getting some more scrap metal storage over here for the smelter makes some sense. I'm going to put it one back to give us a few more options for verticality in the future. put that, so I move it all the way over. Actually, yeah, maybe we do move it all the way over here. Okay, this prioritize, obtain scrap. You kind of also would like a place to put your finished stuff, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. You would. So maybe like some spiral staircase right here, flip it around, get a dynamite in there, put another storage on top for finished metal blocks. Cool. How we doing? We're almost ready for the first layer here. Got to check in on our tunnels, make sure that they are able to do these. Oh, the bad tide started. Okay, we need to make sure our settings on our sluices are correct. So this one, I'm gonna say auto, close above contamination. Let's do 30%. Let's say, hey, only pump the good water, please. And you are, what are you? You're also close above contamination 30%. Auto, great. This, we say, hey, you are going to be on auto, close below contamination 30%. And I'm just using 30% as kind of an arbitrary number. We'll see. This is obviously not at 30% yet. It's still flowing in here. But as this water gets pumped out, now the concentration's higher. It's gonna come in here. These should run out of water to pump. They have. And now we are getting bad water automatically moving out of here, which is cool. We are not getting any power back from it, but let's check our power. It's not as critical that it's not critical at all that this gets as much power as it needs. We don't particularly care if that's a little bit underpowered. So let's just save our water. It's only a 12-day bad tide, hardly anything. That's easy mode stuff. 12-day bad tide, we don't even bat an eye at that. So cool. This is pretty low priority on this stuff. I don't particularly care now. I don't think we'll get it done by the end of this bad tide to really care about it. These are generating some extra power for us. That's pretty sweet. We could turn this off, but I'm so forgetful, I don't want to. Would have been good to note whether we filled this up. It looks like we did fill this up. I don't know how much excess water we wasted. Would be nice if I was paying attention to that, but there's only so many things I can pay attention to. Like this tunnel that probably needs its path extended. What happened? What did I do? So if you didn't know, you can use Alt and the middle mouse scroll wheel to do this layer view, which is nice and helpful. And they got the sluices in, that means we should be safe to get that levee done. They've got this power shaft in. Are they able to build under the power shaft? It's a good question. Impermeable floor. They are, yeah. So that should be able to be built. It's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful to get all this nice space for water. If my math is right, this should be, I think this means that this level is 6, right? So if we come down 1, 2, 3, and our bottom level is 0. So hopefully, I think this is right. I'm gonna be sad if it's not. We're gonna have to make this bigger. But I believe that this will work. We'll see how much depth we end up with. If this is level 1, and I definitely can place a dynamite on it. Let's see if I go right here, I can place dynamite. So that means we could go down to level 0. In theory. Oh, they're already through here. Cool. I thought I had another... I do have another drop down, but... because... yeah. Sweet. Super cool. Now, does it make sense? Did it make sense to put in another power connection so that we can get water wheel power from here by slotting into the back of this thing? So that's how we could hook up power wheels from here to our main network. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. I'm feeling pretty happy with what we've got going right here. And this, I'm sure, could have been better if I narrowed the channel. I just didn't think about it, and now I just kind of like how it looks. Looks very formidable. But I'll do some testing. I'd like to put a couple in here and see, hey, if I just put one water wheel, is it better than 3 across? I don't know. It should be roughly the same. It should just be, hey, it's way fewer resources to do just a one wide channel. But regardless, we are not too concerned about it. It's like, technically this doesn't need to be running until the bad side's over, because like this isn't really doing anything for us. But I like this to all be automatic. I like it so that I don't have to worry about seasons changing over and remembering to do stuff. So we'll just leave this on. We're not even wasting any water from our steam engines. We're getting almost all the power we need from our water wheel network. And we could get even more power if we put more power wheels in. Water wheels in. Anyway, we're focused. We're focusing on this. Darn it. Hopefully, maybe, someday, we can focus. Let's keep the path going. Okay. Get these last few dynamite. We are low on dynamite, low on extract. All right, here we go. Back to it. I don't even know how much of all that you guys are gonna see. Okay. We're back. We are getting stuff done. We are probably not producing enough bad water. Let's get some more in. And beautiful. Get another triple down here. Check in on our tubeways. They're coming. This one is almost done. Let's actually get a few of these things prioritized, because it would be sweet. It would be pretty sweet to have these tubeways going. Would really cut down on our travel time. Oh, and they're already using this one. Cool. We're getting a little bit of tubeway action. this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's really quite loud. Beautiful. All right, we just need to do that one more time. And that should be... There might actually be more space than we need. Might have gotten my calculations wrong. It would not surprise me. So, if this is level 3, should be able to get triple dynamites in here. Down to level 0. Cool. Get a path in. Should be able to get all this stuff. Awesome. Get a large pile here for metal blocks. And how is our extraction aqueduct going? Okay, I think we can put this one down now, actually. And it should be all set up. It'll leak out right here. Unless we get rid of this. Get one more dynamite in. And cool, let's actually prioritize these so that we can get this all cleaned up. It's all coming along. We can actually seal this up because they can still build this if they come this way. Should be able to build everything. So we can get this sealed up. Awesome. And let's check our underground power shaft. Our tunnel for the power shaft. Sweet. Start getting this powered. Hopefully we're not going to trap anybody. Our logs are a little bit low. What's going on over here? Nah, yeah. I'm a little indecisive about what to do with this. I think clearing it out is the right call. We'll just let this lumberjack kind of slowly work on that. And yeah, the new update came out actually last video. But we've got all these really nice animations for the trees swaying in the wind, along with the crops. That's really pretty. I didn't notice it until I was actually editing the last video, but that's a really nice touch. Oh, and look at all that. Look at all of that Tubeway usage. That's really going to help with our efficiency. The whole, well, apart from this part, the whole network's done, and they are making quick work of that. So that's really cool. It makes a lot of sense to get another Tubeway station up here, but it would just be a temporary one. So I think we will focus on other projects in the meantime, and we've not got enough medical beds to accommodate our beavers right now. We have got one guy that has no medical bed. Got 7. So we probably should get another couple beds in. Maybe we'll put a few beds in right here. Okay, bad tide ended. So now, yeah, this is all working properly. Beautiful. Beautiful. And, oh, we should have had these guys going. That's why our trees are staying alive. Ah, so much stuff. Okay, how are we doing on the power? This isn't getting enough power. Let's turn on a couple engines. Make sure we're producing enough power to keep this on. And we're not. I thought we would. Oh, we're not, just because they haven't quite got to these. But we should be fine once they do. Come on, beavers. It's prioritized. Come on. Got too much stuff prioritized. That's what I was talking about. Too many things prioritized. And the really important stuff doesn't get done. Come on. Let's make sure these are topped up, please. Too many priorities. That's what I mean. Yeah, because we want this maxed out. Come on, beavers. Yeah. Man. Not enough haulers, I think. We're gonna have to pause the builder's hut. Just not getting to all the hauling that needs to be done. These really need water. Come on, guys. Too many priorities. I'm gonna have to take the priorities off. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to do your priorities when you have a good hauler force, but this is what I mean with overusing the prioritized building tool. Like, really, these are the main priority right now. But I've got too many other priorities going on, and they're not getting to it. It's 2 days now they haven't gotten to this. So, yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Hopefully I'll get to it soon, but like 2 days of suboptimal water output is like really not... I mean, it's acceptable right now because we weren't pumping in the past bad tide, so it's like this isn't super critical to get this filled, but yeah, I mean, they're prioritized. They're just not able to get that done. Oh man, that is okay, now they're finally up. Just one. Man. Come on. Okay, I think we're mostly fine now. It's still not getting full flow, but as we said, forgot to turn these pumps back on, so it's okay. All right, we can get some stuff demolished. We can demolish that. This can be detonated. Cool. Got another drought in a few days here. Yeah, we'll let them get all this stuff, and we are maxed out on planks, so let's pause one lumber mill. That'll get us a couple more haulers. And I don't wanna... We want more beavers, but until I get this up and running, I don't think that I want to spend the labor. Let's go ahead and do this. We still should be able to access those. Yeah, we just don't have storage space. And we can also get another levee in here. I've also realized, I remember now, that we've got one levee that's not oriented correctly. So let's fix that. Let's make sure that these are all going the same way for aesthetic reasons. Cool. They are busily working on this dynamite. We are not keeping up with demand. Do I have both factories running? Yes, we got 2 people in there. Okay. This will be good. This will be really nice to have this extra water. We might have made this a tile taller than it needed to be. I think we did, but we'll just have a little bit of extra capacity just in case my math was wrong. Yeah. So I believe this is 1 tile taller than it needs to be. So that's all right. We'll see. That'll let us. We'll be able to tell how much water we're getting out of this thing. If it fills up and overflows, my math was incorrect. I think we can prioritize this again. But, you know, it doesn't make much sense unless we have an excess. I mean, it does make it a little quicker for these guys, but until we actually have an excess of materials that we're producing, having the haulers build stuff, or bring stuff, rather. I know haulers don't build. Having the haulers bring stuff is not that important until we have an excess of materials. Because the benefit to having the haulers do it is they can carry twice as much. But if the haulers are only carrying 1 dynamite over here, that's not really helping out the builders all that much. You know what I mean. It's like I'd rather have the haulers doing other stuff than spending all this time to bring 1 dynamite. Builder can do that. $18-day, 19-day drought, baby mode drought, we don't care. That's no problem for our setup. But we can turn off some of this power production. Yep, we're totally fine. We could turn off that, but I had to re-record a video because I forgot. So we will just leave it on. It's too important. It's too important to forget that. Now that we're not having to spend water on the power, we've got constant power from this, I'm not worried. We can afford this 200 horsepower. This is producing a lot of good power for us. So getting more power up and running will be next. Getting some battery. I want to put gravity batteries over here because we have a nice drop. So in coming episodes, we're gonna play with this bad water source over here. Maybe get another cap on it. get some good power production coming from this thing. Makes sense to start getting some tubeways up in this direction because we've got a mine over here. So that'll be for the coming episodes. And cool, we got our tubeway network all put in for now. That is really good. That helps with our efficiency quite a bit. And it's not the most efficient tubeway network in the world, but it's ours. So we will be happy with it for now. And I think it's time to get this built. It would be cool to see this all in action before we have to end this episode. And we are coming up on that soon. This one might just be a little bit long. I could go for times 30 speed right now. But I just don't want anybody to complain about me using death mode, even for something that is arguably irrelevant. And to be honest, our colony's still not quite as robust in terms of its ability to function on its own as I'd like, so I don't want to go crazy with 30 times speed quite yet. We should be totally fine, but you know, out of an abundance of caution, we'll just stick with 3 times. We've got a few more minutes that we can spend together. Just need a few more planks for this, and we will be set. Cool. Set these auto. Close above 5% contamination, no downstream depth. We just want you to be, open, close above 5, close below 5. Yeah. Cool. And now this is all automated. As soon as we get this tank in, unfortunately we'll have to wait 15 whole days to get any water out of this, but in 15 days we'll definitely have all this set up and ready to go. We'll have pumps in, we'll have storage here. So we'll probably spend some time at the beginning of the next episode laying all that out. And I think this looks good. This looks better than what I had initially thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to come up with this, but then I realized, like, for the bad water and this whole thing, I would have to pressurize it, and then we'd lose some water in here. So I think this is better. We will not lose any water with this setup. We should get all this water that comes out of here. It's actually good that it's an extra tile high, because that means we'll should be able to drain every last drop of water out of this aquifer. And it turned out to be not too big of a project. Looks like we're gonna get this done pretty much in one episode, which is awesome. And I can spend the meantime to do some math, but we'll probably be pretty good on water after this to think about adding some more beavers. We'll think about getting into some bots. Before bots, I think getting more power production is going to be good. We are close to having enough resources to do another discharge right here. And we can also think about getting some more power production from our current discharge. That would make sense. Yeah, there's a lot of potential power we could get. I mean, this is hardly utilized. This could this could be generating a lot more power if we just extend this. So that might be something we look at doing shortly as well. But I kind of like the idea of making this our main power generation area. Got a lot of good space over here that we can work with. Got the mine over here as well. Might be cool to integrate the mine into our whole power setup, because we'll want the mine being worked by bots long term because of the injuries. And this will be a lot of dynamite, so we'll likely need to expand our dynamite production, our extract production, start getting into terraforming, start getting into bots pretty soon. I think next episode will be more power from what we've got going here, and getting into bots will be the next order of business. But things are moving along here, and I think it is time to call it for this episode. We will get this water tank finished at the beginning of the next episode. Thank you all so much for joining me for this one. I am very grateful for all the likes and the comments and the views, and it has been fun to share this playthrough with you all. So thanks for tuning in. I am going to sign off for now, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.